All right, finally. So there I am. Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome back to Smart Robots Review, the show that reviews robotics and other fantastic tech. All right. So what do we have here? So this is a live Misty II. New Misty II robot by Sphero. Live reaction and discussion with Elias. Alright, so hello everybody, welcome back to Smart Robots Review, the show that reviews robotics and other fantastic tech from around the world. And this is the very first time I'm attempting a live cast from my bat cave, not in this studio as usual. I received an email not too long ago, just a few days ago, from Sphero. This is the maker that makes R2-D2 and R2-Q5, which I have reviewed on the show right there. So I have R2-Q5 here watching with me in the background. So they sent me an email. There's a new robot out called Misty II. They're crowdfunding the project apparently in 3 days. As you can see, they have already raised almost $500,000. Pretty exciting. So there's a video out there for us. I'm going to start watching it, and let's get some reaction on the video and what this robot is going to be about. So I'm going to start it off, and let's see what happens. All right, here we go. I'm going to minimize this, and let's play the video.
Many of us grew up watching the incredible potential of robots in movies and television. Robots showed us the brightest of futures and drove people like me to be part of the industry. However, today's robots have yet to catch up with our imaginations. Where are the robots that sci-fi promised? And how are we going to make those amazing robots a reality for everyone?
And to answer that, I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Misty.
The simple-to-program robot specifically designed to enable anyone to accomplish everyday useful tasks in their homes and offices. Her story begins roughly 40 years ago at a time when hardly anyone knew what a computer was, let alone what to do with one. It took the creation of the first stable hardware platforms to evolve the industry, giving developers a place to build the applications that would ultimately make computers essential to everyone. Smartphones have nearly the same story. Great tech, but they were closed and difficult to develop for. Adoption was slow until developers were provided an open platform for creating and sharing apps. Now we can't live without them. The robotics industry is no different.
Just making sure everybody can hear the stream okay, and everybody can see it and hear it. So if you're having any issues, type it into the chat and let me know. All right, I'm going to continue the video.
To reach its potential, developers need a stable and open platform to make robots useful for everyone. I believe this is what is missing. That stable platform doesn't exist.
Until now.
Our goal at Misty is to solve the hardest problem facing our industry.
Building a baseline robotics platform that makes programming robots easier. Even if you've never worked with robots before, you'll be programming within minutes, creating new skills for Misty and sharing them with the world.
The problem with robotics is that there is no existing home robot that anybody can modify. Misty's addressing that issue by building essentially the canonical robot platform.
So instead of thinking about how do I make it do this thing, they can think a little bit more about what is it that I want it to actually do? Applying this to problems that may seem ordinary and everyday, but it's your problem, it's your day, it's your life.
Misty's skills can be anything. They can be created in software, they can be hardware-based, or they can be a combination of the two. Let's say you're having some friends over.
Welcome to the party.
You can program Misty to detect their faces and use text-to-speech to greet them. On the hardware side, you might...
That's cool. Did you guys see that? So Cosmo can do that. It can detect faces and can't necessarily greet them, but that's good. So we're familiar with that.
Where are the robots that sci-fi promised? And how are we going to make those amazing robots a reality for everyone?
And to answer that, I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. This...
Alright, so I went back. So if you noticed, I got so shocked with the face recognition. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Let's go back. So where were we?
Until now.
Our goal at Misty is to solve the hardest problem facing our industry.
Live stream technical difficulties. Again, we saw this guy
actually do, applying this to problems that may seem ordinary and everyday.
Skip ahead some more.
Some friends over.
Welcome to the party.
There she is. Okay, so she has some face detection and capability, and it can greet you. So that's interesting.
You can program Misty to detect their faces and use text-to-speech to greet them. On the hardware side, you might want Misty to deliver drinks to your friends. You could 3D print a custom drink holder accessory and then have her follow a delivery route from the floor plan she generated of your home. And Misty...
did you guys notice that? So you can print off, if you have a 3D printer, it appears you can print off your own arm for the robot and add an accessory. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of new. So you're kind of building your own, or you're customizing your robot. So, all right, Elise says, question mark. Misty can deliver alcohol. Yes, she can. Or other drinks. So, yes. All right, so hopefully you can hear me okay. I know the picture is probably a little choppy. So this is the very first time I'm streaming from my bat cave here, not the studio. So let me know if everybody can hear and see the video okay. So, all right, I will resume the video. Okay, R2Q5. All right, so R2Q5 here is watching with me because as you know, Sphero makes these guys, right? Makes R2D2, and Sphero is the company that we're seeing here that will be working on building Misty II. So that's why I have R2Q5 watching with me live. So, all right, so here we go. I'm going to resume the video. Oh, and look at that. Actually, before I resume it, that's a docking. That's a dock. So that means the robot will function and then return to the dock, at least just like a Roomba. You know, everybody knows what a Roomba is these days. Will return back to the dock and connect to recharge. That's pretty cool. That's nice.
Will automatically charge yourself when the night is over. I've been making robots since I was 12. You could call it an obsession.
That's a true robot.
I met most of my friends online and at robotics conferences. It's all I wanted to do. When Adam Wilson and I created Sphero, we never imagined we'd get to work on Star Wars. But that's exactly what happened.
Right, so I reviewed BB-8
Suddenly,
on the
we were
show.
learning from the masters at Disney, at Lucasfilm, about story, about character, and imbuing robots with personality. Our main goal is to provide the most stable platform for developers to build on with the latest and greatest features available, like room mapping, object recognition, face detection, capacitive touch.
Okay, wait, we're going to pause here because there's so much to look at. Wow, so beamforming microphones, all right, so on the top right, so better picking up sound from specific places. Path planning, okay, so it will, I don't know if it will decide which way, what route to take to get someplace. Automated mapping, so it will map your area. Okay, so one of the Roombas does that now today with, what is that? Is that, so, hi Elise, so what is that? So that's kind of new. All right, so, so there's automated mapping, so it will map your area as it moves around, so that's cool. It's got cliff sensors, so it won't... That's right, R2Q5. So the cliff sensors, so that it won't fall off the stairs, for example. And again, just like a Roomba, so it's got some of the Roomba features. It will dock automatically, it will recharge automatically, It maps the area. It has cliff sensors. Okay. Object and voice recognition. That's great. Room mapping, skill sharing. I don't know what that is. Adaptive personality. Okay, that's kind of fancy for maybe making it your own here. I'm not sure. JavaScript RESTful APIs. Okay, so you can program. So there's your hooks there to customize the Misty II robot. Bump sensors. Okay, just like a Roomba again. So it's a lot of. It's like a robotic vacuum. Only it looks like a little playmate or companion. All right, let's keep going.
Voice recognition, path planning, and automatic charging. These are just a few of the things that Misty can do right out of the box.
When you have...
Oh, and for those of you that just joined us, we're watching here the announcement of video of Misty II, an advanced new robot that is coming out, or will, that Sphero, the company that makes R2-D2, BB-8, R2-Q5 here watching with me, and other robots. They are going to be crowdfunding to build this robot, and it will be available sometime late this year into early next year. So we're watching the video here. I'm just giving you guys some live reaction, and we're going to discuss it.
Have all of these things coming together, artificial intelligence, you've got microcontrollers that are getting cheaper. It just seems like the perfect storm for all that to come together into something that's embodied, something that's physical. What our community is really asking for is a system that just works, and that's what Misty is going to deliver. So for anybody that's interested in robotics, might be concerned that they don't have the skill set or they don't have the abilities, throw that out the window. If you have any ability with programming or be able to do a website, this is the platform for you.
People like you will be the disruptors of industry.
Let's look at this now. So if I can go back 2 seconds. So we have a nice close-up view of Misty. So she's got here clearly a camera, possibly some infrared sensors emitting that infrared beam, and maybe even ultrasonic sensors, but that would be too high. So definitely there's some sensors here, and this is just an LED display that you could probably customize. Like we've seen Macs. I reviewed Macs on the show, so that's interesting. All right, let's keep going.
You will be the disruptors of industry. Entertainment, healthcare, security, education, retail, home automation, elder care, personal assistance, anything.
Misty can already do a lot, and she's designed for expandability. Solve the problems that matter to you, and share those solutions with other members of the community. You ready?
That's a pretty big robot. That's pretty sad. That's bigger than what I thought it would be. But I'm concerned about the bottom there. So the wheel, it's got wheels. How is that going to work on carpets and go from thick carpets to go from like a flat surface to a thick carpet and move around? So that's going to be interesting.
Ready to get started, aren't you? Okay, see you later. Robots hold infinite promise, but nobody can build the future alone. We have to do it together.
Right there, so we can see 3 different sensors. So we have like a camera, maybe is that a flash? Maybe for picture taking? So that's interesting. All right.
Misty is the next step. What else can she do? I can't wait to find out. So, what will you build?
All right. So there it is. So there's the video. So this was released recently by Sphero. So let me go to that. So I got an email from them saying, where's my email? Let's see. Let's go back to this video. So
voice recognition, path planning, and automatic charging. These are just a few of the things that Misty can do right out of the box.
There it is.
When you have all of these things coming together, artificial intelligence, you've got microcontrollers that are getting cheaper.
All right, so there we go. So I got an email and it said, hey, greetings to all my Sphero friends. So I've already reviewed some of the Sphero robots. And I guess I'm on their mailing list. So they're looking for a December 4th, 2018 delivery. They're trying to raise some funds to make this robot happen. It's going to have advanced processing power, 2 cell phone processors. And we know today's cell phone is more powerful than some old desktops from the 80s and 90s. 3D depth sensing, mapping, and navigation. So that's similar to a lot of some of the sophisticated vacuums that we've seen today, like the Roomba 980, which I have reviewed on the show. Voice and text to speech capability. Okay, 4K camera. That's new. So it's got a 4K camera. I haven't seen any other robots in the market right now with something like this. That's cool. Self-charging. Again, that is something that's unique to this robot. Face recognition and more. But this is the sticking point. So $15.99 at 50% off MSRP. Let's go to the page. So this is their crowdfunding page. I'm gonna maximize it. So see Misty in action. We already saw it. Now they have already raised $500,000 to make this happen. And I guess if anybody's interested, you can take advantage and order this robot. It's got all these features here. I think this robot is going to compete with Curry. There's another robot which I will be reviewing on the show. I've been on the list to receive that robot now for a year, and that's going to be an advanced robot, I think similar to this robot from Sphero. And so we'll see that one before we see Misty. I'm hoping I get it sometime mid-summer so we can review it. So what do we have here? Again, mapping and navigation, everything we talked about, these really cool features. And so this is the tough part, right? So for most people, this is a lot of money, $14.99, but it won't do the dishes for me, or cook me a meal, or bring in my groceries when I come home. So what do you get for that? You get a robot that's going to be like a mini companion that's going to do some simple interactions with you, but it does have the capability to be programmed, so that's kind of nice. You can program it. You can add additional arms and expand it, so that's cool. And there's auto charging, face recognition. All right, let's keep going. So I guess the early bird is $14.99, and then the real price may be around $3,000 or $2,400 when it comes out. So there it is. Interesting robot. Oh, here's some ideas. Well, you can create maps of the rooms. Okay. I'm not sure what useful that would be, but this is nice. You know, spending time with the children, you know, spending time with this companion. And maybe we'll have some educational features built in. It will recognize you. Some people live alone, so maybe you want to have a robotic companion like this at home, so that's kind of nice. Go Gadget arms. There's a Inspector Gadget hook there, so you can create your own. Pretty exciting. I love to see this robot. There's some features here that are innovative, but it will be competing with Curry, and Curry is out right now and shipping. So, and we're going to be reviewing that robot later this summer, as soon as I get that robot. So, there's Misty in action. So, what do you guys think about the robot? I'd love to hear your feedback.
Many of us grew up watching the incredible potential of robots in movies and television.
Actually, here, I won't play it here. I will play it here again. No, where was it? There it is. So
it just seems like
mute the sound
for all that to come together into something that.
So what do you guys think? I think
the next step.
Like I said, this is a
I can't wait to find
neat little robot.
So
it's going to come out December of this year, early next year, and kind of pricey for most normal folks. And it will be competing with another robot out there that's going to be out for a while. So I'd love to hear. Yes, R2, Q5. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Leave me your feedback, your comments, and with that, I think we've been live streaming for a little bit, almost 25 minutes. So I will leave it at this. No, 20 minutes. There we go. First time live streaming from the Bat Cave, my think area, not the studio you guys usually see me from. So I'm going to end it here. If there aren't any questions from everybody. I have a huge crowd watching, stopping them at the gates. All right, so I don't see any questions. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining me on this first time live streaming from the Bat Cave at Smart Robots Review. And until next time, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.